Open your eyes.
The first time I watched Vanilla Sky, I didn't get it. Not because it was bad, but because I wasn't ready for it. It's a story about identity, memory, and the cost of living inside a dream. The film follows David Ames, a wealthy, self-indulgent publishing magnate whose perfect life begins to unravel after a tragic accident that left him disfigured. But even after things seems to be fixed, something isn't right. Reality starts to bend, moments don't add up, and slowly it becomes unclear of what's real and what isn't. The film is a remake of the Spanish movie Open Your Eyes, which also starred Penelope Cruz.
So this is what's become of rock and roll. A smashed guitar behind a glass case displayed on some rich guy's wall.
It was a gift, actually.
I was first drawn to the film because of that iconic scene, Tom Cruise running through an empty Times Square. So I watched it, and I was, safe to say, confused. Like, why was he in prison? Why does the sky feel so unreal? Something out of a painting. What actually happens at the end? Did he wake up? Or is he still dreaming?
Do you dream about the car accident?
But that confusion didn't go away. It stayed with me. So I watched it again and again. And in those subsequent viewings, something shifted. Tom Cruise is incredible here. I mean, probably one of his most vulnerable performances. Not in the usual larger-than-life way, but in a way that feels exposed.
The book is life.
You actually see him unravel. There's this constant tension between who David thinks he is, even in the way he sees people around him, and who he actually is underneath all that charm and control.
We did prepare something for you based on the preliminary examination. It's sometimes useful in the early stages of rejection. It's a facial prosthetic. It was 2 weeks in the making. Thank you, Carly.
You're welcome, Doctor.
And Penelope Cruz. She brings a kind of warmth that grounds the entire film. There's also Cameron Diaz.
Don't say soon. I hate it when you say soon.
That car scene.
Stop the car!
Don't you know that when you sleep with someone, your body makes a promise whether you do or not?
Phew! For those of you who haven't seen the movie before, brace yourself. That scene stays with you. It starts off almost playful, and then it turns into something genuinely terrifying. The way her tone shifts,
What's happiness to you, David?
the way the energy changes.
Tell me something, David. I mean, do you believe in God?
It doesn't feel like acting anymore. It feels unpredictable. And that's what makes it so hard to watch.
Hey, I love you. I love you.
One of the most haunting scenes ever. And that scene comes back and haunts David throughout the movie. There's something about this film that's hard to explain, but easy to feel. I'd like to call it one of those vibes film, but it's more narratively driven. It's ethereal, nostalgic, a little sad, a little romantic, like a memory you're not sure if is real, but you don't want to lose. Maybe that's because of how Cameron Crowe directed this film. It doesn't feel grounded in reality. Everything feels slightly off. The way it's shot, the empty Times Square, the soft lighting, that almost dreamlike glow. It gives the whole film this mythic, magical, surreal quality. And the music, so underrated. The soundtrack doesn't just support the film, it becomes the emotion. The song from Paul McCartney
This is your time, this is your day.
to Sigur Rós, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, and especially the themes by Nancy Wilson. They quietly carry everything. They don't tell you what to feel, they let you drift into it. Tracks like Elevator Beat feels almost hypnotic, like you're suspended between reality and a dream. That's literally the vibe of the whole film. They don't push the scenes, they pull you deeper into it. And by the end, you're not just watching the movie anymore, you're inside it. The worst part? You're confused.
Show me your face, David. Help me open the door.
When the film was released, it received mixed to bad reviews simply due to its confusing, dreamlike narrative, which many found to be pretentious and self-indulgent compared to the original Spanish film, Open Your Eyes. Audiences and critics disliked the erratic plot, the blending of genres, and felt it was a pointless remake that failed to match the original's depth. I get why people don't like this film. It's confusing. It doesn't hold your hand, and it was marketed like a romantic drama, which it definitely wasn't. There's also that final explanation.
What happened in my real life? Something happened. What did you erase?
Do you really want to know?
Tell me everything.
The elevator scene, which feels like the film is suddenly trying to explain itself. Maybe that was the studio. Maybe they didn't trust the audience. Personally, I think it was better as a mystery. There's also the rest of the cast. Kurt Russell's calm, almost too perfect psychologist.
Did you sign a contract with these people, David?
Noah Taylor's strangely detached tech support.
But remember, even in the future, the sweet is never as sweet without the sour.
Tilda Swinton's unsettling presence.
And what is any life if not the pursuit of a dream? The dream of peace, the dream of achievement, the dream of hearing someone say these words.
They all feel slightly off, like they don't fully belong in the same reality. And that's the part of what makes the film so disorienting. You're never quite sure who to trust, or if any of it is real. And then there's the whole idea of the company, life extension, LE, the lucid dream, the technology, the dream itself. It's fascinating, but also just enough to make you question everything.
I want to live a real life. I don't want to dream any longer.
Vanilla Sky isn't a film you understand immediately. It's one you grow into. And even then, you're not entirely sure if David ever really woke up.
I'll see you in another life. When we are both cats.
Because in that final moment, standing on the edge, we see flashes of everything that made him human. Small moments, faces, memories, all collapsing into one last realization that maybe he doesn't want to dream anymore. And then that voice, it doesn't give you answers. It just leaves you with a question. And somehow, that's exactly why it works. Because maybe The only thing I'd ever ask of you is...
Open your eyes.